Welcome to the AARDY.com YouTube channel for travel tips. I'm Jonathan Breeze, CEO, and today's topic, Singapore travel health. So at AARDY Compare, we look at a variety of different information sources in order to get a better view of a country and its health systems. So two of our favourites are the CDC and the US State Department. So here's their advice. So Zika virus is a risk in Singapore. Pregnant women should not travel to Singapore because Zika infection during pregnancy can cause serious birth defects. Partners of pregnant women and couples planning pregnancy should know possible risks to pregnancy and take preventative steps. Now, before travel, those planning pregnancy should talk to their doctor or other healthcare provider. So all travellers should follow steps to prevent mosquito bites during and after their trip. Travellers should also use condoms during and after their trip to prevent sexual transmission of Zika. This will protect against getting Zika whilst travelling and stop its spread to others back home. So vaccines and medicines. So check the vaccines and medicines list and visit your doctor, ideally 4 to 6 weeks before your trip, to get vaccines or medicines that you may need. So all travellers should make sure that they're up to date on routine vaccines before every trip. These vaccines include measles, mumps, rubella, diphtheria, tetanus, chickenpox, polio, and of course your yearly flu shot. So here are some of the risks to avoid. Hepatitis A. Well, the CDC recommends this vaccine because you can get hepatitis A through contaminated food or water in Singapore, regardless of where you are eating or staying. Then there's typhoid. You can get typhoid through contaminated food or water in Singapore. The CDC recommends this vaccine for most travellers, especially if you're staying with friends or relatives, visiting smaller cities or rural areas, or if you are an adventurous eater. Then there's hepatitis B. You can get hepatitis B through sexual contact, contaminated needles, and blood products. So the CDC recommends this vaccine if you might have sex with a new partner, get a tattoo or piercing, or have any medical procedures. Then we move on to rabies. Well, rabies is present in bats in Singapore. However, it is not a major risk to most travellers. The CDC recommends rabies vaccine for travellers involved in outdoor and other activities in remote areas that put them at risk for bat bites, so such as adventure travel and caving, and people who will be working with or around bats, such as wildlife professionals and researchers. And then we have yellow fever. Now, there is no risk of yellow fever in Singapore. The government of Singapore require proof of yellow fever vaccination only if you're arriving from a country with risk of yellow fever, so this does not include the US. Now, as always at AARDY Compare, we recommend that a traveller consider travel insurance. You can get an anonymous quote in seconds and compare dozens of the top travel plans from many of the largest US travel insurers, saving you time and money finding the right travel plan for your needs. But what many people do not know is that they won't find the same trip insurance plan available at a better price, all down to price certainty and anti-discriminatory laws here in the US. In short, the price of a trip insurance quote you'll see from the AARDY Compare is the same price you would see from the insurance carrier direct. We are not allowed to compete on price for a filed insurance product, but no one is, so you are certain to get the best value from us. Safe travels.